Salutations everyone, this is Razor bringing you guys another Smash video. Now that Smash Ultimate is here and Smash for Wii U and 3DS is no longer the most current Smash game and will not have nearly as many tournaments as Ultimate will as the time goes on. There will always, of course, be a place for Smash 4, since there's still a place for Smash 64 and Brawl, and of course Melee's scene isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So we'll still see some Smash 4, if nothing else, at, Smash Con or some other side events, especially as Ultimate starts to roll out. But Ultimate is the big thing right now, so we can kind of look back on the past of Smash 4 as kind of being over. It's the end of its era. So some people have been, theorizing who the gods of Smash 4 are or were. Obviously the term Five Gods, most people know from Melee, which I believe was a term that they took from Street Fighter, but if you're unfamiliar, we'll just talk Smash here for a second. The Five Gods being PPMD, Armada, Mew2King, Hungrybox, and Mango were 5 players that won every single tournament where at least 2 of them were in attendance from 2008 to 2015. So 5 people won every tournament for 7 years. That is dominance. That is unprecedented dominance, really, in any fighting game. And while, yes, PPMD hasn't played for a number of years now, and now Armada has, since this year, retired from playing Melee competitively, you could say the era of the gods are over, especially since we've had 3 people now who have won a tournament with at least 2 of them, of the 5 gods, in attendance over the past few years. Of course, the first of which being Leffen, who has won quite a few since his splash onto the scene. And then just this year, we had the second ever with Plup, who was also the second person ever to defeat all of the 5 gods in a set in tournament. The first, of course, which being Leffen, Plup being the second. And while Zain hasn't claimed to have beaten every god in tournament, especially since he has never had the chance to play PPMD, and now he won't have any more chances against Armada, possibly. He did become the 3rd person to win a major with at least 2 of the 5 gods attending a tournament earlier this year. So the era of the gods, you can say, are definitely over. But that era of dominance is how they got the name the 5 gods. Any tournament where 2 of Armada, Hungrybox, Mango, Mew2King, and PPMD were in, one of them won every single time. Tons of tournament wins for Armada and Hungrybox, and then before their reigns of dominance, you had Mew2King and Mango going at it, and PPMD mixing in there as well with a little bit of earlier dominance in his career. And of course, you have PC Chris and Ken and Isai, other people who have won, but the era of the 5 gods were cemented in stone to where you knew no matter what, one of these 5 people was going to win a tournament. And then after PPMD's long health-related hiatus, Armada, Hungrybox, Mango, and Mew2King went years and years and years before Leffen was able to crack onto the scene. And then Leffen's been, as a dominant force as the 4 gods. And then this year we have Plup and Zain adding to that list. So, who are the 5 or 4 or 6 or 3 gods of Smash 4? Now, you may be anticipating that I'll say something like Zero, Ally, Nairo, Salem, Dabuz, Leo, right? But the thing is, Smash 4, it being such a more balanced game than Melee, in that so many more characters are viable, so many more characters have won tournaments, have won majors, have won super majors. Obviously, you have patches coming into effect, which Melee didn't have, unless you count the PAL version, which patched some broken things from the NTSC release. There was a lot of differences with Smash 4. And, Brawl had quite a few number of players reach that top echelon, but only a few characters as well, maybe more of a variety than Melee, but still you only saw, national tournament wins from a small handful of characters, where Smash 4 kind of broke that open with the amount of people that have won majors, the amount of people that have won super majors, and the amount of characters that have made appearances in those grand finals and that have won them. So let's take a look at the numbers and see if we have a comparison. And honestly, if you're looking at the 5 gods of Melee and saying who are the gods of Smash 4, there really is only one correct answer, and that's only Zero. Zero is the only god, quote unquote, of Smash 4. And even that might be considered a stretch when you compare to what any of the Melee 5 gods did during the longevity of their careers. Obviously, Zero went on that huge tournament winning streak that broke all the records. He's had the most first place and second place results of anybody else out there. Zero has racked up 38 national wins. Combine that with, weeklies and locals and small side tournaments and stuff like that. Obviously, that's probably well into the triple digits. But if you take a look at just the nationals, which is what we have the best idea for data, Zero won 38 of them. And the next closest would be MKLeo at 19, so exactly half of that. And Zero didn't play at all this year with his retirement in Smash 4, but of course he'll be coming back in Ultimate as a member of Tempo Storm. So Zero had that dominant run, obviously, where he was the guy. He was number 1 and has been number 1 in every single ranking of every single year of Smash 4's existence, until probably next year if they have another ranking. But no one else comes close to what Zero has been able to do with his winning percentage, the amount of times that he's appeared in the finals based off of how many tournaments he's been in. No one else comes close to those numbers or the numbers of any of the gods of Smash Melee. So if you take a look at the numbers, Zero's got 38 national wins. The next highest would be MKLeo at 19, and then it would be Nairo at 14, Dabuz at 10, Tweak at 7, Ally at 6, Abadango at Salem at 6 as well, Abadango at 5, Larry at 4, and then you have a bevy of other players like Pink Fresh or Ken or Choco, Kirihara, Void. We've seen quite a few, especially this past year, spread the wealth around a lot. Like with Melee, you're not always going to have all of the best players in attendance because of location or scheduling. Sometimes there'll be nationals that are held on the same day, so players are going to have to, pick and choose. So, we can't fault them for that, just like we can't fault Melee players. But if you take a look at the dominance of any of the 5 gods, or even, Leffen or Plup when they started getting really good and being consistent, no one in Smash 4 even had the consistency of them of always being on winner's side of top 8 or even always making top 8. Hell, Zero, even with his long streak and his bevy of wins, doesn't come close to the consistency of the 5 gods during their run, however that long that may be. If you take a look at Armada, he lost to Swedish Delight at EVO before bracket play for the first time in, 8 years? Zero can't say that. Zero has lost in pools. He's been eliminated in pools. Ally's been eliminated in pools. Nairo's been eliminated in pools. You can say that out of any Smash 4 player that you might consider top tier or a god. All of them have lost to a lot of players, even players that even haven't had multiple huge notable wins. All of them have been eliminated in pools multiple times. Leo, Zero, Ally, Nairo, Salem, Dabuz, Tweak, Larry, Abadango, Salem. They've all lost quite a lot. So to make the comparison between Smash 4 and Melee isn't really fair because of how different those games are, and that's not a bad thing. But I think if you want to apply the moniker of a god of Smash 4, there's only one applicable answer, and that is Zero and only Zero. Take a look at the percentage of tournaments that Armada or Hungrybox or Mango or Mewtwo King or PPMD in his heyday were in winner's side of top 8 or made it to a final. No one else can come close to that, even MKLeo or Nairo or Dabuz. The play is just too inconsistent. Maybe you can blame Rage, maybe you blame the two stocks, maybe you blame the way some tournaments are run. But even taking all those things into consideration, no one has been near the consistency of Zero, and he's the only one that I think you can apply the God of Smash 4 moniker to, if that is something that you want to do just for fun. Now, if you want to talk about like a Mount Rushmore of Smash 4, that's fine. Let's, take a look at the top 4 players, and you can argue who deserves to be there and why based off of tournament results or, average consistency or things like that. But so many different people have won. There was never a stretch where only 3 or 4 or 5 people won a tournament, or at least 2 or even 3 of them had entered within the stretch of a year or a year and a half, let alone 7 years for the 5 gods. Or if you add Leffen into that equation and take PPMD out of it, that stretch is also something that Smash 4 cannot compare to. So those are my thoughts on the era of Smash 4. If you want to say that there are gods, and if you want to keep it consistent with the way that Melee played, you can only say that Zero was a god of Smash 4, because no one had his consistency. No one had, winner's side of top 8 appearances percentage-wise out of tournaments placed, no matter what the competition was. And I don't know, there was just so many players and so many patches and so many DLC characters and so much more competitively viable characters within this game. You take a look at Melee, even to take every national into account, that's like 6 characters or so that won every tournament, since for the past decade. But taking a look at Smash, you're going to have to more than double that. And that's just a testament to Smash 4 being a very different game. So leave your comments below about what you think about the end of Smash 4's era, and who your favorite player was to watch and to root for, and who you're looking forward to really tearing it up in Ultimate.